Let's have a look.
This is a technological showcase set in the world of The Witcher 4. What you just saw and are going to see now is running on a standard PlayStation 5 at 60 FPS with ray tracing.
How? What's the resolution then? Must be 1080. It must be 1080.
So in the game, you'll be playing as Ciri, a professional monster slayer, a witcher. She explores the world and hunts down monsters for coin. The region we are in is called Kovir. And you'll get...
Okay, so this looks incredible, but I don't believe tech demos because we've had some PTSD, remember that? So this looks impressive, but as you say, it's an Unreal Engine 5 tech demo. So will they actually be able to deliver this on a base PS5, a 60? It's gotta be 1080p, it's gotta be 1080p.
Get to explore it in a game. Right now, Ciri is investigating the monster, and after gathering new clues, she is heading back to a nearby village.
Looking good though. Man, look at the density of the foliage.
Meet Kelpie.
Let weeds be weeds, Kelpie.
So just like Geralt and Roach, Ciri has her own loyal companion.
We return to town.
These two characters need to feel like one. Since you're gonna explore the world on horseback, riding needs to feel seamless, natural, and just fun.
Yeah, and to support that, we're introducing multi-character motion matching in Unreal. So Ciri and Kelpie, they're perfectly synchronized when mounting from any angle and speed. And we also support root motion movement on Kelpie, so controlling her feels realistic and grounded.
You know how he mentioned that there is going to be 60 frames per second? He didn't mention resolution, which is, there's no way this is 4K on a PS5. If you have a powerful computer, I would expect that. And they mentioned ray tracing, but do remember that just because you have ray tracing, it doesn't mean that it's the best ray tracing. Because the difference between, for instance, do you remember that game set in Tokyo? I don't remember the name of it, but it's incredible. It's like Tokyo at night, and it has incredible ray tracing. But you can see, like, if you just see the PS5 version, it looks good. But when you put it right next to a computer in full ray tracing, then you can see that this is a massive difference. Just because there is ray tracing, it doesn't automatically mean it's going to look incredible, like top-level ray tracing. But still, this looks good. I mean, if it's true, I don't know if I can trust them. Do you guys trust them? You guys trust them? We'll have to see, because Cyberpunk, I mean, it looks great on PC, but how did Cyberpunk look on a base PS5? Ghostwire Tokyo, exactly, that's the game. I mean, that game looks phenomenal when it comes to the ray tracing, but I do play it. I did try it on PC, and it looked fantastic. The PS5 version was clearly dumbed down. Still good looking, though. Let's see.
And there are also some really nice improvements to our Unreal Chaos Flesh Solver, and these machine-learned deformations. So you've got realistic muscles moving and stretching under Kelpie's skin without compromising the performance there.
Yeah, that does look impressive, if it's not cinematic.
So let's leave Ciri behind for a second and talk about the world itself. So much of the Witcher world is natural, organic, especially Kovir with its dense forest and wild nature.
Yeah, and wild nature is hard. And with Nanite geometry, we've freed artists from so many of their old constraints.
Nanite geometry. Wow. Oh no, I'm providing commentary, but I just wanted him to finish the point. This does look impressive. Again, the density of foliage is impressive, if this is actually how it is. Red Dead 2 basically achieved that level of graphic and realism, so it's not unheard of. Did they do it in 60 FPS on the PS5 though? Because it did promise 60 FPS. Yeah, Robocop was gorgeous looking, yeah.
But we don't want to rest until everything we do in Unreal has that same spirit.
Oh, I'm sorry, you're not hearing anything. Apologies for that.
Unreal has that same spirit of freedom. There's always more work to do. And foliage is a huge piece of that puzzle. So we are excited to introduce Nanite foliage.
Nanite foliage.
And in order to achieve gorgeous foliage density everywhere, while still being memory efficient, fast to render, we believe that a new idea was needed. So instead of the same card approach we've been using for the past 20 years, artists should be free to take a nanite approach to foliage, modeling every single leaf and pine needle.
Man.
And the old LOD tricks of the past, they needed a complete rethink. And in their place, it's a new adaptive voxel representation in nanite.
I love
It's volumetric, it's fully 3D, it is super fast to render. And these dense
Oh no, don't give me volumetric. Guys, last time I heard that word, it was the clouds, the volumetric clouds in Ark, and they were so good looking that I just couldn't progress in the game because I kept staring at the clouds. If you give me volumetric, I'm never going to leave this forest. That's a problem.
Clusters of triangles turn into these cubes, which at a distance, they're no larger than a pixel, and they react to the changing light of our dynamic sun and our shadows, and they allow artists to render whatever amount of foliage is needed to achieve their vision without compromise.
And no compromise means how ambitious we are when it comes to bringing our vision to life with incredible visuals. But more than that, together with Epic, we created faster way to load the world.
I mean, I'll be honest with you guys. This forest looks better than KCD, too. It does. If that's what's going to look like. Let's put that massive if, because we don't know that. You don't care for graphics? Yeah, sure. I mean, if you have a good story and you have good gameplay, and then you also give me good graphics with a game where the graphics are important because of exploration, then I'm happy to see it. I think it's fantastic. Of course, if you give me a game with great graphics but poor story and poor gameplay, then you can keep it. But if graphics are nice, unless it's like a more like a game that is, for instance, Zelda, Wind Waker, I don't care. I mean, I like that kind of graphics. I don't want realistic. I want cel-shaded, cute, cartoonish, and that looks good for that. Or if you give me a game that is like, it's good with 2D, it's good with 2D. It depends on the game. But for The Witcher, I think it's one of those games where if you give me ultra-realistic graphics, then it's going to help with the immersion. So it's a case by case. There are games like Cyberpunk where I think the graphics are a fantastic addition to how the story is told. And then there are games where the graphics don't matter. In fact, I would prefer it if they are more like old school. Kind of depends. And of course, I have a very expensive setup for my computing. That's true. Yeah, that's also a factor. Totally.
Bring in more content more quickly for the smoothest possible experience as we fly down to catch up with Siri.
Yeah. I want to get back to what he just said because he did promise smooth and optimized. So I mean, if you can deliver better graphics, but it doesn't cost too much for the
Welcome
for
to
the
Valgrest. So Valgrest is a port town, a hub for fishing, trade and mining. It's one of those places where you can meet shady characters or overhear gossip from other lands. It's also where Ciri took on her current contract.
Man, the animation of each single person, how are they gonna do that? Do I even believe it? Because each single character having his own, like, these are not simply scripted animations. This is great. So is this real? Wow. Did I play Assassin's Creed Chronicles China? No, I haven't. There's a combination of 2D and 3D. Yeah, that sounds good. Like, I still love playing Conan Exile, even though the graphics are considered old right now a little bit. But I don't care. It looks phenomenal to me. And it's because it has a great art style. When you have a great art style, you can have a game that is, when it comes to actual core raw power, it's a lot lower. But I will love the looks of it. It really depends. Having high-end PC helps. I run everything that I can do at 4K 120. Yeah, me too. Is it how it runs on console or lower-end PCs? Exactly true. Exactly. So we need to see. They keep talking about this optimization, but here I'm seeing incredible animations for the NPCs. You think it's 100% possible? I hope so. I really do. Maybe the only compromise for PS5 users will be the resolution. And then if you have a gaming gig, powerful computer, then you can actually play it in 4K. Maybe that will be the thing. Let's see.
High-tech, let's leave Kelpie here and explore the marketplace and food.
Yeah, let's.
And the missus?
I'm so excited we can finally show you some of this stuff. Let's see what Valgrest has to offer.
Not her again.
Seriously. I like his armor, though. So they actively react to your character. I love that. But look at the number of people. This is another thing that I don't believe that they can keep the same number of NPCs moving and animated for the PS5 as they can for PC. There was a big difference, particularly for the old school systems. Like if you tried play Cyberpunk on a PS4, even the Pro, or on an Xbox One X, goodness gracious, that mouthful, then it was almost deserted. But maybe on a PS5, you say they could do this. Well, I'm glad that you're very optimistic. There's something I love about stylistic rendered games and older games in general. Me too, Leonidas, absolutely. Yeah, do you remember Knights of the Old Republic? The cloak looks awesome, yeah.
Wow. My gazes while I present him with a fish. For the furry rascal will often wink, and a bear's weight grants good fortune.
Yeah, this looks impressive. Man, if this is what it looks like, never pre-order.
Pardon.
Guys, notice how
Look at the apples! Yeah, that actually reminded me of Fable. Do you remember Fable 1? Where you could do that. They're like moving around with the baskets full of apples, and then you can... Yeah, I remember that. Don't pre-order, but if they do this, I'm getting this game. Absolutely. Looks... Yeah, the cloak looks awesome. The World 122. Let's go.
responsive the world is.
It is responsive.
Character actions directly affect what happens around you, sometimes even setting off chain reactions.
Okay.
Everything is working together.
Her hair is almost as long as mine. Almost.
Oh, look at this poor gentleman being taught how to fly by an angry innkeeper.
Wow.
That's what happens when you cheat at Gwent.
Last of it, is it?
Man. I love the colors as well. It actually looks quite medieval with bright reds and blues and greens all over the place. Even though it's a fantasy world, it actually looks closer to real Middle Ages than Hollywood. Impressive.
Okay, so this is the guy who gave the series Quest his own. Like you probably suspect, he has his own agenda in all of this.
Man, look at that.
Again, Wilfred.
Backdrop. Hey, a little Skyrim reminiscent.
A typical day's toil.
Who in? Witcheress. What news of my wagons? No eternity is taking that damn salt to arrive.
I found them. And, well, suffice to say, they'll not reach you.
I like the plait or braid.
As for the salt, I found not one speck. I presume this comes as...
Let's see what everyone thinks, because it's time to reopen the chat to everyone. So let's see what everyone thinks. I'm going to reopen the chat in 5, 4. Let's see who's going to be the... 1 second. Let's see who's going to be the fastest in the first one. In 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Chat is open. I have to say, so far, I mean, again, if we are to believe this looks impressive. This does look impressive. I'm not an actor, I'm an actress. Well, actress, yeah. So, witcheress, I guess. Works. I don't know. She's a witcher sounds better, though, than witcheress. I'll tell you that much. Yeah. I hope we get to change her armor and I can wear some plate. I understand that the mail is part of, of that, but I hope that you can get a little bit of that. Thank you so much. So the winner is Tin de Kappa, who says, finally free speech. Hello, hello. Hello, J-Lo. Thank you so much. Good to see you back. Chat was locked away after you counted down for me. Sorry about that, Thunderwig, but you're still in the top 3. So appreciate that. Thank you, thank you. All right, cool. So what do you guys think so far? What does the chat think on both Twitch and YouTube? Looks impressive to me. I love the colors as well.
No surprise to you. Now. Kavir's smuggling trade is of no concern to me.
Shush, shush, shush.
The manticore
Shush.
that flattened your cart and devoured your men? Quite the opposite.
Manticore.
Did he just shush a woman? That's dangerous business. We have the usual thing that we see here, the little reenactorism with the belt, which it's cool. I like it. I do it myself. But I noticed that every single reenactor of anything medieval on the planet now does that. I don't know how common it would have been in the Middle Ages. It existed, but I don't know if every single freaking belt. But here we are. Witches didn't wear plate. I know. But maybe you could do an exception for me, you muppet. I hope you can. Not enough eyeshadow? We might work on that. Oh, he's a quest giver. That's why he's safe. I understand.
No, them winged hellspawn dwell in the arse end of Creighton, not here.
While Siri decides what to do about that merchant, let's take a look at the character technology that powers this marketplace.
Okay.
Why don't we listen in on these fishmongers? They're selling their wares, chatting up customers.
Morning, catch this is. Won't find none fresher.
Rugged me ladies after one of
Yeah,
those.
this is so cool.
Get this cleaned and gutted for you. You mind, dearest?
Look at that.
Into scene, something more. Got mackerel cod, all Braxton's finest.
And there is tons of tech to play here, even in this simple market stall. Metahuman tools, improved Unreal Smart Objects, Chaos Cloth, and more.
Yeah.
And that's very nice. I wonder if they're this is like ice, I suppose, to keep them chill. I love this. Like, the animation is spectacular. It's epic. It is. I understand that people are like, well, but as you are saying, they didn't really... The cyberpunk thing had some problems at the beginning. Although, then again, it's still a great game. We have to say that. But yeah, I remember the cops were insane. It made no sense whatsoever. They would just spawn. It was ridiculous. So, can we believe them? Well, I just want to... I hope to be proven wrong. And I hope that they actually do all of this. And they deliver a product that is excellent. Couple of problems on day one, always happens, but as long as they're not game breaking, then they can patch them. I'm okay with that. I do hope that they deliver this though, because this, look at the wicker. This looks impressive. It is though a tech demo, so we don't know. We'll see.
And all of this exists to make sure that the gap in quality between Siri and NPCs is as small as possible.
Yeah, and closing that gap, it's not just about fidelity, right? But also authenticity.
Look at the wine.
They should react to changes in the world around them.
Okay.
But the prisoner in Pillory isn't exciting enough for Valdrest.
Huh.
Let's grab everyone's attention with the circus.
Oh, so that changes what they do in the main plaza. Love it. Sometimes a prisoner, sometimes music.
But the great performance deserves a huge crowd though. Let's crank it up.
Yeah, look at the doublet we're going to wear. Looking good. With the hose, medieval hose. Again, color-wise.
So you
phenomenal.
are seeing tons of optimizations here to many of Unreal systems, including an entirely new Unreal animation framework, allowing us to fit easily in our 60 FPS budget, not just in rendering, but also with room to spare on the game thread. Over 300 animated skeletal mesh agents, all going about their business.
Did you hear that? Man, that's magic. If they can pull that off, that's magic. Crazy population. Consistent 60 FPS? Holy moly.
And the whole point is to leave breathing room for developers like you to introduce the gameplay and the systems that your players expect, empowering you to make your worlds come to life without Unreal standing in your way.
Okay.
You are right. That's the open world RPG that we're making. But
at the
before we wrap
shadows.
up, how about one final check-in with Siri?
Okay. One final check-in, guys. That was a nice halberd right there.
We are making
Beautiful
this game
water.
to be the most immersive and ambitious open world Witcher game ever. And we are making
see
this
that.
a reality thanks to our work on Unreal with the team at Epic. I think what we are doing together is going to bring in a new generation of open world RPGs, and I'm so proud of what we accomplished so far.
We are too.
Yeah.
So we're almost done, but before we go, here's a small gift for all Witcher fans.
Let's see, let's see.
A first look at La Nexeta.
Wow. Ooh, is that what I think it is? What is that?
Onward, Kelby. We've worked.
That was main capital. GG, I have to give them CD Projekt Red. That was impressive. Yeah, they go into all the technical things. I usually don't react to the whole thing, so we're gonna leave it at that. But man, a Manticore, was it? Yeah, yeah. This was impressive. I hope IGN doesn't claim, because I'd like to post this on YouTube. But you're currently playing KCD2? Yeah, good. I hope you're having a good time. Man, that was impressive. I'm not gonna lie. I understand that, Judah. Absolutely understand the feeling, my friend. Yeah, this is horrible. I hate this. I have a full-time job, so I don't have enough time to play this and sleep. Well, at least you can buy it and then put it on as a decoration on the shelf. That's the curse of the working man. Am I right? Maybe you should start streaming. That could be an idea. It looked impressive. I really hope so. I really hope that that's what they're gonna deliver. But guys, if that's what they deliver, yeah, I'm in.